Welcome back, friends! This is Season 1 of VTubers and Villains, otherwise known as your local internet weebs and dweebs playing a fun homeroom game of D&D.
Yeah!
We are Made One campaign, and this is...
Hi, I'm Yen Shou.
Hi, I'm Sylvestra. Hi, I'm Goda.
And I'm Jade, your DM for the next hour. We're excited to have you, so like and subscribe for future shenanigans, and let's get back to the adventure. Roll the recap.
To the party!
The group arrive at the party by invitation of Lanyon and Cinder. It is a gala of sorts at the home of the town's mayor, but the group is intent on finding the people they want to talk with before heading down to the Al-Jazari vigil. After managing to sneak into the gala while Yunsho masqueraded around as Cinder, managed to run into an old friend, Sang-jin, who was showing off his art at the mayor's home. Goda managed to enter after announcing that he was there on behalf of Lanyon, and also managed to get into the Golden Fountain multiple times. The group was able to successfully find Morrigan Novaeborne, Cinder's aunt, and upon seeing the sorceress, Nua had awoken from her slumber when asked by Yunsho, only for him to learn that she, Novaeborne, had the power. Now let's continue with our journey. Woo!
Yeah.
You left us
Oh,
hanging.
so quiet this time round.
Oh, I see.
Oh, so quiet this time round.
Okay. So, you walk swiftly through kind of like the sea of partygoers towards the back end where there are less people, and it kind of drops off into looking at the dance and smaller mansion parties down below on the tier. However, standing by the hedge are the two. One that you've identified as Morrigan Novaeborne. A very distinctly elven woman standing and speaking with a fairly more rotund human-looking man. But yeah, you're on your walk towards her.
As I'm walking towards Lady Novaeborne, do I see Nua?
Give me a perception check. First roll.
14.
Ooh.
Not bad.
So you're used to seeing Nua in your peripheries, and for now, it looks like she almost, like, as she was slithering through the grass, she almost just disappears from sight. And you don't see her now.
All right. How close are we to Lady Novaeborne?
I'll say, I mean, how close do you want to get?
Quite
They're
close.
they're
We're
just
coming.
having
They're
a
having a
conversation.
private conversation.
Yeah,
so.
they're just having a conversation. So how close do you want to get?
If there's a waiter nearby, I would like to walk over to the waiter and I would like to grab 2 glasses.
Smooth.
Okay. Suspiciously, there is always a waiter nearby.
Absolutely. Here you are, dear.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers to a wonderful night.
Cheers.
Oh,
the best night.
Here you are.
No,
dear.
you gotta cheers for
Yep.
me.
Here.
Oh,
Cheers.
thank you.
Cheers.
And then
And
do I
cheers
feed it to you?
Gota as well.
And he just dumps it down your gullet.
Oh my gosh. Good swallow.
It goes.
I think we can just go and
be like, excuse me, Miss Lady Ma'am.
All right, well, she seems to be in a private conversation. I don't know if we should just... maybe we can. Maybe we can.
Right?
Shall I cause a disturbance?
Oh, no, I don't think...
No. I think just, oh my gosh, is that who I think it is? And oh, it's so good to see you. You know, that sort of...
Oh, right,
Ramble,
right.
ramble.
What are your passive insights?
10.
Passive
Passive
insights.
insights.
Yeah.
10.
I think it's also a 10 for me.
Passive
10.
insight, 13.
Okay. So as you guys are kind of like debating it and looking at her, it looks like she's just like fully engaged and listening, if not a little bit like removed from the conversation, but she's just like, yes, I understand.
Can save her from the
Maybe she wants us to save her.
I'm gonna grab one more champagne glass,
Perfect.
and I'm gonna be like, Lady Novaeborne, is that you? And I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna offer her a glass.
Oh, I'm coming too.
Okay. As you say that, she kind of turns to you, looking, her eyes get a little bit bigger, and then they return to normal very quickly. And she's just like, thank you. And she tosses the rest of her champagne into a hedge and just puts her empty glass on a nearby waiters and takes your champagne.
Love her.
We've been looking
Wow.
all over for you.
Oh, have you?
We would love to have a conversation if you don't mind. Oh, I'm sorry. And I look over at the guy.
Wow, you didn't show. Your
Okay.
balls are massive.
He stares back at you and almost he stares back at you.
I have an insight of 10.
Right. You can tell that there is some kind of anger coming through in his expression, and then he's like, oh, but of course it's you again. And then he's just like, well, Morrigan, I'll talk to you later about the same matter, you know. And she's just like, yes, of course, when I'm done here. He's just like, stares at you. He's just like, snorts into his drink and walks away.
Yes, it's a party. Have a drink.
Does this guy look familiar? Is there anything on him that looks like decorative of a house or
Give me
indicating who
a
he might be?
perception, investigation check.
Can I also roll a perception check for that?
Sure.
Do a perception? 15.
15 as well.
Wow, twin eyes.
Twin eyes.
Twin
So,
eyes.
with 15s, he doesn't have any like noticeable identification marks. He just looks very well put together, clean shaven, except a little like on the rotund side, but wearing very like nicely tailored outfits. High on the gems content, ring as well. He does have like a tie clip with a insignia on it that you don't recognize. It's like two pickaxes kind of crossed over what looks like a mountain formation. Okay, so Morrigan takes your offered drink. She kind of sniffs it first and
Yes.
stares into your eyes as she takes her first sip.
That conversation seemed like a dreadful bore. It seemed like you needed saving.
Absolutely. Every year. It's the same. But yes. I'm not sure we've met before.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Yensho. And I'll
Yensho.
extend a hand.
She takes it. She shakes her hand.
Okay.
She pulls away.
I wasn't sure if it was like a or
No,
a
no,
shake.
she's
I was
You have
like,
to kiss her
she
hand.
has like
yeah.
she has she's dressed in like a very summer like looking evening dress, but she takes off like a leather glove to shake your hand.
Mhm.
And then she like
Very
puts,
business.
yeah, she puts
Ah.
back her leather glove.
When they're
And-
making introductions, can I slither away and
Sure.
follow after the guy that was grumpy?
Yeah. Obviously or not obviously? Do you want to stealth or not stealth?
I will stealth on this one.
And this is Sylvie.
Nice to meet you, Sylvester
Um,
Valentine.
And she'll take off her gloves again, shake her hand, put them back on. Sylvestra Valentine. Nice to meet you. Oh, where'd you go?
14.
We'll come back then. As you kind of just split off, Jade is like kind of walks off after you.
Go, Jake.
So
go.
he'll also he's fine.
Real sneaky.
I believe you had businesses with my brother, actually. A few years past, maybe?
I'm sorry, I do business with a lot.
Yes, apologies. His name would have been, his name is Yun Han. A Yuan Ti just like me.
Yun.
Yes.
And he's done business at my refinery?
I believe so. As I'm doing this, can I do an insight check on her just to see if
Sure.
there's anything like, if it's like, does she recognize and she's putting up a front? or-
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 4.
4. As you look at her, she seems very like honest in her expressions. As she's like, oh, interesting. We see a lot of items come through, but would you mind reminding me what it is?
Oh, of course, apologies. It was some work that he needed done for an axe. Something that was a similar make of. Does everyone else look like they're carrying around here at all?
Give me a perception check.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. You haven't looked, and everyone in your immediate vicinity does not seem armed.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I mean, with a natural 1, I don't know, so I will extend my hand. It's something of a similar make to this, and I will try to summon my halberd.
Okay, it still summons
Okay.
correctly into your hand.
Okay.
What does it look like?
I believe that it looks like a halberd, so it's going to be a long polearm weapon with a kind of like made out of this like dark wood, and at the ends of it, on both ends, there's going to be a snake motif kind of like wrapping around, and it's I would say it's a jade snake that kind of like wraps around both the tail end, which ends up in a point with a spear, and the front half, or the front head of the halberd that ends up kind of like extending out of its mouth as it opens into a blade that kind of comes down, and then also has that kind of spear point like the normal halberds do, and it has the bright red tassels at the very end of it. It's like a similar weapon to this.
She kind of like jumps back a little or flinches back a little when you just summon it out of thin air.
Yes.
And she's looking at it.
He was Yeah, he said he spoke of such great, amazing things that you did for his weapons, and I was hoping that you would be able to take a look at mine and maybe upgrade it. I don't know how to say that.
That looks
Enchant it.
familiar. It looks familiar, but I don't think it was a polearm.
Yes.
You said your brothers.
Yes.
Well, sure. Yes, we can definitely treat it. If there's anything special you want to do with it.
Yes. It seems to be a little. Doesn't seem to know who it is right now, and I was hoping that you would help me find who this weapon really is. And a kind of like artistic kind of way of being like the soul of the weapon kind of thing.
Oh, well, I mean, I have many very qualified blacksmiths to do so. I haven't forged a weapon in a long time.
Well, it was just something that I was hoping you'd have a look at, and I'll kind of wave my hand and have it kind of like de-summon.
Oh. Aren't you a talented young man?
High praises.
Of course. It looks familiar. I'm quite interested. Why don't you come by the refinery tomorrow if you're not hindered by the celebrations?
He'll do a very fake laugh, it's like, ha ha ha.
Oh my god.
In the joke, kind of like, oh, yes, of course.
Oh. Yeah. And in your head, you don't see her, but you hear Nua's voice being like, she knows. She has the power.
I'm gonna do another insight check to see if when she says she knows, does it seem like she knows in a kind of like she's in danger kind of way, or like she knows she has the power to help her? Like, is it a threatening she knows?
Sure. Yeah, you can do another insight check.
19.
Okay. With a 19, it looks like, it sounds, you can't be for sure because you've already done one.
Yes.
You weren't sure. So not 100%, but it feels more like anticipation, if anything.
Okay. And of course, you know of Sylvester.
Right. I'm friends with your family, really, of your soon-to-be apprentice, Cinder. I don't know if you've met him.
Of course, Cinder. Yep.
Right.
Where is he?
Oh, he's, I don't think he was feeling too great.
You're a friend of his. He was supposed to be here.
Well, I've come in his stead, you see.
Why?
Well, I wanted to talk to you, and I thought this would be a good way to do it. As you would have so much time with him coming up. I'm curious. Well, what type of internship is it? He was shy on the details.
Of course he was. Because, I'm sorry, how do you know him again? You said you're his friend?
Friendly friend. Our parents work together.
Interesting. Well, from what I'm told, he is supposed to study under me. And, what was it? I think his mother said something about, make something of himself. Because he's certainly not doing it in school.
Right. So, regarding this, it seems you're so busy, and I was wondering if, if he's too much trouble, perhaps we can arrange with him to do a different type of study if you would hate to impose on your time.
And you get to decide that.
I'm really offering a suggestion.
Sure, let's hear it.
Sure. Perhaps a work study, but maybe more if you need him to get things from out of town. He can help you in that sense. He's quite good at direction and always coming back. He's got a sort of a built-in northern star, if you will.
So you're asking him to not work in the forge, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
But rather a collector.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be more used to. You have many more experienced people on the forge, and I feel like it would build the same amount of character. We just know each other well. Figured I'd give you some insight on how he'd work well.
And why is this? Why would you keep him out of the forge?
I just figured it'd help keep him out of if his mother's cause, if he's not doing great in school, I worry for your forge.
And she kind of smiles at that. She's just like, she chuckles to the side.
But he is useful. I'm trying to benefit many parties.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, we're going to
and
try our best.
When's the last time that you've been out of your forge? It seems like you were, like at a party like this, a stuffy party like this.
Don't start.
I think that, if nothing else, we should kind of celebrate a little bit more and really just liven it up rather than talk business. And he kind of points over at everyone else who's kind of whispering in each other's ears. And I want to try to help aid in terms of, making sure that she's a little bit warm up a little bit more towards us.
What are you doing to aid?
Try to just charm her into
Get her
kind of
drunk.
get her walls down a little bit. I was like,
Fun business.
yes, perhaps we can have a bottle. Wait, hold on. Excuse me. And he's gonna point over at Jade and be like,
Jade is too busy following
Goda.
Goda?
Slithered away.
Yeah,
Okay.
they both walked away.
They both walked away.
Silently.
I'm gonna ask for a random butler for a random bottle.
Okay.
And do a little, and just we've all done business together, and also we're just here to have a good time. So, and he's gonna pour everyone a glass of a stronger alcohol, and just
Okay.
Does this help?
yeah.
It does not help because she doesn't drink it,
All right. Well, we
unfortunately.
need Cinder to do this.
She hasn't even drank
So
the
he can-
glass that you handed her. She's only been holding it.
Oh.
We need to do
Ooh.
this so he can help me. She sees herself fumbling, and she's going to casually reach for. I feel like she would still have her pocket watch kind of as a pendant.
Okay.
Turn back time just a smidge, and I'm going to try and use my chronal shift ability. I'm gonna try one more time.
Okay.
Because I need to not be at school and someone needs to take my notes. Much better, 15.
Okay. She looks at you, and you see this after image of her laughing and saying something in your stead. But you hear a goof, another door slamming. Then she almost rewinds in her her animations, her movements and stuff, as does the rest of the world around you. So Yunsho, Yunsho was ordering a bottle, and then he is not ordering a bottle, and then he orders a bottle again. So it's a rewind type of situation. But Morrigan's looking at you and is just Interesting. Yeah, I don't think he would fare very well in the forge. Spacey as he is.
Right. Much better for Erin's situation. And she's gonna kind of wipe her nose. Excuse
Are
me.
you okay?
I'm fine. It's just
You seem
quite
to be
hot.
bleeding.
It's summer and the heat's getting to me. I'll be right back. She's gonna go find a handkerchief.
Comes back with a bottle and she's like, "Oh, where did Sylvie go?"
Your guest seems to be hurt.
Oh, well, I should go check on her then.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna put the plate down and the cups down and be like, "Well, it was a pleasure again, and I'll see you tomorrow."
Yes, of course. Come by.
She's like, "Is everything okay?"
I'm fine. There's the heat.
You're bleeding.
It happens.
It happens with the heat.
She's gonna wipe her nose. It happens sometimes.
He's gonna grab a random
Tilt
waiter's
her
little
face.
little
She's
napkin.
gonna go by a head and she's gonna like tilt her head forward.
He's gonna aid and a medicine check of trying to make it stop bleeding.
Okay, give me a medicine.
That's gonna be a 17.
Ooh.
It's like tilt your head back and just
back,
kind of hold
isn't
us, and we're just gonna keep up pressure and.
Okay. So as you try to stem the blow,
Mhm.
or the flow of the
The
blow,
blow.
Of the blow.
the blow, the
It's
flow
pointing.
of
Time fucking punched her in the face.
Go to.
Right.
You are following this man. You follow him back inside as he is greeted by, I would say, many individuals.
Can I pay attention to what his name is as he's being greeted?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
That is a 12.
A 12. So you managed to catch the name, Mr. or Master Raingrove.
Mr. or Master.
Yeah, like people come and call him like Mr. Raingrove or Master
Wow.
Raingrove.
Sounds
How are
like
you
someone we
doing?
met on the airship via a yen show. A lord or master.
You can call him Lord or Master.
Yep. But they all seem to kind of be like approaching him. You see him like shake a couple hands, and then, like he stops to talk with what looks
Stuff
like
your face with napkins.
a skinnier individual
She's
of
suffocating.
like elven features, holding a clear glass of amber liquid, and is almost swaying as they're talking together.
So what does it sound like they're talking about?
Give me another perception check.
Mr. Rangrove, it's a
11.
pleasure to meet you.
An 11? You catch snippets of their conversation.
Yes,
and-
the oars.
Yeah, actually. That is exactly what they're talking about. And it's just like, Raingrove is like, how are the markets doing this evening? Are they well? Are you stocked up for the rest of the month? Do I have to make sure of blah, blah, blah? And then the...
Capital, sir. Absolutely wonderful. Sales are up.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that works.
Or were sales down?
No, sales are up.
Sales are currently up with the dreadful fall of
Squeeze it out.
All right. Goda is, while they're having a conversation.
You get the gist that he's asking about how metal is selling.
Uh-huh.
So it is that conversation.
Uh-huh.
How metal is selling. And this person, this long, lanky person, is just like slurring his words, but being like, "Oh, it's been going great. Everything is on the up and up."
Nothing to worry about, Mr. Rangrove.
I hear the age on you.
I
can
Goda
feel
is
it.
going to hover up to the conversation.
Oh, that was karma.
And
He's also like not subservient. Like this conversation is not
Oh my
like
God.
a subservient conversation. They're speaking as equals.
right. He's gonna go up to the conversation and he's just gonna be like, he's gonna grab his drink from Jade, and he's going to tap it against the elf's glass, like cheers, and then he's gonna like get between them.
I do say, I was in the middle of a conversation.
So I said cheers. You gotta drink your drink. And he's gonna drink his drink.
Did he drink his drink?
Wait, did he say cheers?
You just drank your
Yeah, I
drink.
drank my drink. And
Okay,
I
great.
fell into the trap card.
Great.
He knew I was a thirsty man.
Who drinks his drink?
And Goda's gonna turn to
Hey.
Raingrove,
I've lost
Okay.
power.
I feel
and he's gonna be like, "That was pretty brutal."
This little man has taken over.
I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
I saw what happened with Madame Novaeborne.
Of course. She's always such a hard businesswoman to deal with.
I hear you loud and clear.
Yes, I know. Who are you?
Trying to do business.
Name's Magnolia.
Magnolia. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that name.
Oh, you wouldn't be. But that's not important. I'm curious. I hear your name all over these parts.
I think that's very important.
Well, I'm hearing your name all over these parts. I'm hearing Raingrove this, Mr. Raingrove that, Mr. Oremaster. I want to know more about you.
Oh, of course. If you don't already know me.
No, I'm new around here.
I see. And he kind of like, he looks at you with these like,
Beetle of High Street.
these like, almost youthful looking bluish, baby blue eyes. He's kind of like looking at you, and then he looks you up and down, and he's just like, You're not native here, are you? I haven't seen you around this town. And I would, of course, remember someone who looks like you.
Oh.
Sharp one, aren't you?
Yeah, you do say that about me. But if you're new here, I am the owner of the Raw Market. A pleasure to meet you.
Oh.
Raw market.
Raw.
Raw market, as in like raw minerals.
Raw minerals, raw ores, raw gems, whatever comes out of those mountains.
Uncut gems.
Yes, obvious. That is exactly what I'm saying. By the way, this is obvious.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Jocelyn, the owner of the Iron Square.
Oh. Wait, what was his name again?
Uvius.
Uvius.
Uvius,
Owner.
master of the Iron Square.
Right. He gets carried away.
A pleasure, Mr. Magnolia.
Ooh, I need to stop laughing.
Pleasure. So, you didn't look all that happy when Snake Man showed up and cut in on your conversation with Miss Novaeborne.
Snake
Oh, you didn't see the guy? He's kind of hard to miss.
Man. No, I've never seen him before in my entire life. Probably just riffraff that comes through every year, you know.
Sounds right.
thinks himself important.
Do you
But-
sneeze?
Oh. Oh,
Morgan,
apologies.
she's always been hard to deal with.
he has a
Well,
burning
what are you
heart.
trying to convince
It's
her?
not-
It's a handkerchief.
Thank you.
No.
This is blood on it.
Well,
No.
yeah.
The blood is still on.
I'm just trying to convince her to take more, to purchase more of the oars, you know, that come out. I tell her, and actually, please roll me persuasion.
16.
16. Okay. And he kind of like pauses and he looks at you again, and he almost gives you like an up and down, and then a very like sly smile. And he's like, "Well, I tell her all the time that my oars are the best of the best grade-wise, and that it would support the war efforts. And we would need her refineries in order to make more weapons for the war efforts. And she's so staunch in her schedules and her production rates. And it's like she doesn't care about the war at all."
Do I remember anything about a war?
Give me history.
Oh, this is the bad one.
You got this.
Oh, 6.
All right. You've heard, since you've came to the material plane, you've heard whispers of a war. But its significance hasn't, like, it doesn't seem like a big thing.
I'm not from around here, and when I mean not from around here, I mean from pretty far away. So,
And where are you from?
oh, here,
Quite exotic.
very exotic. I don't even know if you'd be able to recognize the
Yeah.
place. But I'm curious, what war are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What is the war?
You don't know about the war.
I don't.
I'm-
And no one tells me nothing.
The
They call
war
it
in
the
the
war.
north. Of course.
The war in the north.
Of course.
The war in the north.
Well, who we fighting?
Oh,
You know.
Vortigern.
Yes. It is
Yes, it is Vortigern's. I can't say
Vortigern.
that. I can't say that. Yes, Vortigern's war. You know, the war against the undead, the unseemly.
And your oars can fight against the undead?
Oh, well, my oars will supply the weapons that need to be created, and they are top grade oars, and a Morrigan can create top grade weapons, and our armies need that.
When he says top grade oars, can I run a insight check to see if
Sure.
he's actually telling the truth?
Are they shit oars?
18.
18?
It's full of silver.
He is very much, he's very bombastic in his, like, speech and all that kind of stuff, so he's very proud. But it also doesn't look like he's lying.
Well, if your oars are top notch, why is she saying no?
How should I know?
She been saying no?
Been saying no or making me wait. She has other priorities.
What kind of other
And,
priorities?
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, 20. 30.
30, 20. He kind of looks at you, and again, he looks you up and down, and he just like slicks his hair back a little and tucks his hair behind his ear a little and turns to you, and he's a little rosy cheeked, and he's just like, well, you know, there's rumors. There's rumors going across the council that she doesn't really support our war efforts, you know? Like,
I'm not going to throw around the word of traitor, but
But we might as well.
we might as well, exactly.
That's exactly what
She is not willing to support our troops. She's not willing to, make the weapons.
Dad, he looks around. Bitch.
Yeah, correct. And I've given her chance and chance again.
Chance and chance.
She keeps refusing.
Refusing.
Not refuse, just excuse after excuse.
Sounds insincere.
Insincerity.
And what about our troops up in North?
The troops.
Exactly. They have weapons.
The troops.
Oh no, not the troops.
The troops.
They are weaponless up there, defenseless.
Defenseless.
Weapons can't kill things. They're already dead. They need more weapons.
Clearly they
You're truly not a non-believer.
And we need more labor to create those
do.
weapons. Of course.
Well, who's the labor?
Oh, everyone, of course.
Everyone's.
Everyone has to step in.
Everyone's the labor.
Okay. So, Madame Novaeborne is a little, and he makes like a shifty eye gesture because,
Yeah.
like he's trying to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
I see.
But I don't believe that. She's probably just busy, as she says, and then
Master Rangrove, you are kind and...
she'll come around. She just needs to work on her schedule and all that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Limitless patience.
Of course. I hear one of her best blacksmiths are getting married anyway.
Oh. Hesty, right?
Yes, to Hesty.
Oh, I see. Her blacksmith isn't Hesty. Okay. See, I'm
No.
new around here. I'm still getting used to names.
That's fine.
Thanks about her.
Her.
A big woman.
Best. Did you hear?
Oh. She's a good blacksmith.
She's apparently one of the best. But anyway, yes. Anyway, please excuse me. I have to go speak with others.
Well, what if you just talk to a different refinery?
I mean, I very well could, but I only want the best quality, you know.
But her best is getting married. Shouldn't there be maybe someone else?
I just mean from her refinery. She only hires the best. Anything that comes out of that place is pure gold. And there are other refineries, sure, but less renowned. Anyway, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you too. And he's gonna grab his hand to shake it
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and leave gold all over his hand.
He doesn't seem to notice as he runs his hand through his hair. Now all the gold is in his hair. And he's just like, "Oovious. Good
Yeah.
day."
Good day, Master Rangrove.
And then he walks off.
I'm in pain.
But we will take a break.
All right.
There.
I'm watching you, Mr. Magnolia.
Oobies, what have I ever done to you?
You have a certain way about you that I don't know if I trust.
Pat you on the shoulder. Leave gold on your shoulder.
Come closer. I'm going to hit you. Get over it.
What? I don't know what do. Why?
Hey, enjoying the game so far? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram, all linked below. Now, back to the adventure.
So, as Mr. Raingrove moves away, or walks away, through the crowd,
Can I actually just say one thing to him before he fully walks
sure.
away?
Yeah,
Sorry.
he like
Fighting
turns.
words.
I just want to be like, you know, I'm in the business of doing favors, so if you ever need anything, look for Magnolia.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh, it's cocked. 11.
An 11. He turns to you. Kind of like over the shoulder kind of glance.
So cool.
Yeah. Yeah. He kind of does an over shoulder kind of glance as he's walking away, and he's like, "What kind of favors?"
Party favors.
The kind that gets you places.
Hmm.
The important kind.
See. And he tugs down his like waistcoat that he's wearing, and he's just like, "Of course, Magnolia. I'll remember."
And he'll wink at him.
He kind of turns red and turns away.
Business.
Strictly business.
Manservant, we return to the others.
Jade, who has been kind of lost in the crowd, returns to you almost when you call for it.
Oh, what a good and obedient boy.
Train well.
A well-trained bunny boy.
Very submissive.
And he
gets
also
points.
just says that oh, I see you met Shabor Raingrove.
You know his name?
Ooh, the other people were talking about him.
Oh my god, were you listening to other people just now?
Yeah.
Oh, good job, Jade! Alright, tell me everything.
I was like, so, the people were talking, and I heard that he was part of the raw market, and he owns kind of like most of the mines that go through the mountain range around here. So, everything that you see that's on sale is his. He has like a deal with that guy. He points at Uvius, who owns like all the property in the Iron Square. That's what people are saying. They're kind of like, I guess they have monopolies or whatever that's called.
Oh, so they're like the super duper rich.
Yeah.
Alright.
Which doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I hate it.
What? What doesn't make any sense?
Well, how can just like two people own so much of the town, you know?
Oh, Jade. I don't know. That's not how it works in the faith.
Poor sweet Jade.
I don't know how they get so much power.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Yeah, and eventually they do return to you guys. And your nose has stopped bleeding.
Oh, thank you. Perfect timing because you stopped sneezing.
Yes, and you have a pile of napkins that are covered in blood. I can't believe so much. You just let loose so much blood out of your brain.
And my head was aching.
Oh, who died?
Nothing. I stuff it into the hedges.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. I really needed something to get done, and it's happening. I think maybe.
Are you sure?
Yes, I had to explain. I have a very fragile constitution.
Believe it or not, he's surprisingly reliable. He was gonna gesture at Jade.
Jace's very reliable.
He puts like 2 fingers on your forehead to tip your head up and look at you.
You don't really have to do that.
Whoa.
I think
Wow.
I'm okay.
Does she go bright red?
She's right.
Well, and he gets really
No,
close.
Wow.
I'm quite fine. I'm quite
Wow.
He's
okay.
like, nothing physical is wrong with you.
It's mental. Really, I'm mental. You don't need to come any closer.
You mental?
I'm mental.
He steps back.
Thank you. So, how did things go with you?
I found out some dirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna talk about here.
Dish.
It's just in the middle of everything.
Dish.
Yes.
Whoa, what a lady. Yeah, maybe we should go for Yin Shao, I'm learning so much about you.
I'm here for the high aristocratic, you know.
I'm surprised you don't ask for your
rumors.
glasses lined with absinthe and we enjoy watching the arts and the sunset as the summer day comes to an end.
Absinthe and laudanum. Just a proper lady.
Oh, summer. Yeah, yes. We should talk about the dirt later.
You got everything you need here?
Hopefully so.
Mhm.
Did you finish your business with
Yes,
She looks at you and isn't really sure what to do, the business with the thing you had to do.
I have an appointment with Lady Novaeborne tomorrow, so I'm in the clear.
Nice.
Hopefully Cinder's, I tried my best and that's all we could do.
Let's go to like a smoking room or something, somewhere where it's a little more private.
Hookah room.
Sure.
Hookah.
Give me an investigation or a survival check.
Can I help find
If you're looking for like a more private room.
I mean, do we even need to stay anymore?
I don't know.
we have to
do.
talk to the high architect.
Oh, right.
18.
Okay. So with an 18, you're
was a church man,
able
what would I
to your knowledge of kind of these celebrations or festivities know to bring you into like the back area of the houses where it is a little bit more closed off. There's are like small alcoves where people are sitting and talking intimately or like just privately behind curtains and such. And there is a smoking room for the people who are interested in that, but it's actually like very packed. You do pass a bunch of sitting rooms, but eventually, as you turn down like maybe one of the hallways in this manor, there is like a far kind of alcove. In the sense, it's like one of those like half moon sitting area with like the rounded benches and like a curtain that you can pull through. And other ones are occupied, but this one isn't.
We'll walk in and I'll pull the curtains closed.
Okay. You close the curtains, everyone's kind of like squished in at the table.
All right.
It seats you guys like comfortably.
Can I poke my head up, like hover up, like just above the curtain and look around to see if there's any of them flying cyclopses?
It's one of those like, so even if you hover up, it's like full walls, and like the curtain goes around the entire like opening.
Wow, very private.
Are
So-
there any floating little mosquito bots outside?
Yeah, give
of
me a
our rooms?
perception check. Since you were also looking for it, you can also give me a perception.
Yes. I'll just aid you in
Okay.
your perception.
It seems
Ooh, good aid.
Ooh.
15.
Okay. With a 15, you know that there's none that immediately fly or close to you, but there are ones that kind of patrol. They fly back and forth.
All right. I think the coast is clear, but we should still keep things pretty quiet.
All right, we'll lean in.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I found out from Mr.
Rain Grove.
Grove. Thank you, Jade. Rain Grove.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Is that he don't like Miss Novaeborne very much, and that the council is talking traitor. You know what I'm saying? They're throwing words around.
That she's a traitor.
Yeah. Because she ain't supporting some war effort against some guy named Vortigern.
She's not supporting the war.
She doesn't support the war.
I don't know what her personal feelings are, but she ain't providing weapons for it, even though people are asking.
I wonder why.
That's very curious.
Yeah. I also don't know what no weapons are gonna do against undead.
I mean, if it's like a silver weapon, does he own the silver mines?
He's the ore master, so he owns something. I didn't ask what kind of mines he got, but he said ores and raw materials and jewels.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about weapons. I'm sure you could blast them apart and then probably keep them apart, but any big firepower?
I think any magical ore of some sort can deal a substantial amount of damage towards the undead. And so, rather than just regular iron.
Well, it sounds like he's been trying to get her on his side for years to buy his stuff and make more weapons for the soldiers. But she's been saying no. Well, not no, but like lots of excuses. Too many, you know what I mean?
Well, I have an appointment with her tomorrow to have her look at my weapon. And she said that she was going to treat it in some way. So maybe while we're there, you can take a look at why she doesn't want to join the efforts against the war.
All right. And also, another important thing Jade figured this out is that Uvius is like some really rich guy, and so is Raingrove. They're both super duper rich. They like own everything, so we shouldn't piss them off.
Good to know.
But they are dumb as sin. They didn't even look at their hands before they started touching their face after I shook them.
Oh, yeah, that's...
I'm so sad that I
Gross.
missed this.
I know. Well, it's okay. We got good information on our end, and hopefully talk Cinder out of an internship, but we'll see. Or her of having an internship with him, but...
Yes. I don't think we asked anything more in a bigger scale like that. We just honestly ask for favors.
It's
Are we
true.
supposed
Nothing
to?
else came to mind at the
Yes.
moment. I was kind of panicking.
We're meeting with her tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So if anything comes up, you can ask her then.
Yes. And you can snoop around if anything.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to see the forge.
Great. Well, then how about, are we done with this party?
No, we have to talk to the High Architect.
Oh, there's the High Architect. Of
What?
course.
Do you think he's wearing, like, a mask? Like how everybody else wears a mask at the church?
Do I recall seeing anyone with a mask?
Because I don't really know who we're looking for. But we are looking for him.
15.
Her? Him?
17 total.
Ooh.
Okay. And
Them.
with
Are they them bae?
with a history check, you remember that a lot, if not all, of the church members wear the same kind of patchwork mechanical mask with a certain colored cloth. You didn't see anyone that was walking through the crowd with that type of adornment.
I don't recall seeing anyone with that type of adornment.
I feel like we could just ask around.
Also, perhaps he's at the vigil. Maybe he'll come to the party later. There is a whole thing,
and
a
he's
religious
prepping
vigil.
for the vigil.
Yes.
Let's ask if he's here, and if he's not, we could go to the vigil, and if he's not there, then I guess we could come back here and. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. But
We could also go to that other party, though.
We should work first. It's the responsible thing to do. But yes, I am down to go to the party afterwards. And I did want to check out what has become of the Algisori.
Yes. Well, let's ask around. See if we can find out where the high priestess is.
High architect.
High
Architect.
Architect. All right.
He's a priest, though.
I'm going to go to a gaggle of ladies.
As
To some ladies.
We're gonna talk to some ladies.
as you guys make up your mind for this, you hear a voice come over what sounds like just a loud booming voice that echoes through all of the hallways.
It sounds like JB Smooth. I will
JB Smooth.
I think we'd pee on the spot.
It just sounds like someone casted like thaumaturge or whatever
Mhm.
the spell is. As it's a very feminine voice says, "Oh, I would like to thank everyone for attending my party. I am, as you all know, I am Oshan Powell, and I would like to invite High Architect Jacques over to as our guest of honor. Thank you everyone for attending this party and donating to the church. And it is times like these filled with tragedy when people finally turn back to religion, which is why the church exists. And please, Miss High Architect Jacques, if you would like to say a couple words.
Oh my god, is his voice buttery? Can I hear? I'm gonna listen.
I'ma look
Yeah.
over the curtain.
Can I peek
rod.
through?
You would have to like push it to.
Oh, okay. We can.
We're going to
We could-
push
I
it.
mean,
just-
like we can also head out of the
It's true.
private room and join the
It
crowd.
is true. What would you like to do?
I think we should head towards
As you
Stardust.
hear
Fine.
his voice,
Yes, it's this is the only times that I turn to our faith with such a tragedy upon our people. I understand that it takes a village, really, as you say. The only place large enough for the wreckage is the church, and we are here to protect people from the gloom as well.
Blue?
The gloom.
as you guys make your way through the alcoves, the hallways, you guys aren't the only ones. A lot of people seem to be kind of like leaving their seating areas, walking down the hallway and back into the atrium area. He continues to make his speech and he's just like, oh, thank you everyone for donating to the church. It means a lot to us. Especially to Madam Morrigan. Thank you so much for your refinery's work in processing all of the tainted metals. It means a lot to us. We hope that the metal provided creates, well, pure ores to help with all of the war efforts. And everyone cheers during that call out.
I look over at Lady Novaeborne.
Just, can we see her?
It's-
Give me a perception or insight check. I want to read her.
8.
Insight to 21!
Oh shit!
8, you can't even find her in the crowd.
Where is she? Where is she? Where is she?
It looks like a lot of people have gathered now. With a 21, you kind of like spot her hanging in the back, and people are kind of cheering and pointing, and she just like holds up the same champagne flute that you passed her, and she's just like, yeah. And when she thinks that no one else is looking at her, you kind of see her going like, oh my god.
I see.
Like, just kind of like rolling her eyes and looking away.
Okay, so she seems more tired than like, I guess angry, right? More just
Yeah.
exhausted. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
Just
enough,
like
that's-
kind of like, oh god, this again.
Um,
But yeah, so now that you guys are kind of like back in the main area, you see that on the kind of podium stand, a young kind of half-elven woman, old actually in her age, with these like bright emerald eyes, hair done up with like kind of like almost like a warrior braid and then a flower crown, standing next to a robed figure wearing a patchwork metal mask with blue cloth
kind of covering him. And he appears to be the one that's speaking.
I think you're right. Because Morgan looked kind of annoyed when he talked about the war. But not the subtleties of a woman. She didn't seem angry. She seemed exhausted. Does that make sense?
Sure, I guess so. So she is still supporting the war by helping with tainted metals, but
Maybe.
I don't think she's
I get-
necessarily doing it
Yeah, I
for
get
that.
get the sense she's tired, but not. How do I explain? You know, if you're actively against something, you're more like, I don't agree, and you look a little bit more mad, but it's more just exasperated.
Oh,
So maybe neutral to not supporting.
maybe when we meet up with her tomorrow, maybe we can offer our services.
We can
and-
butter her up and ask her some questions.
well, not even that. Just kind of say that we're freelancers and we'll offer her help and see where she stands in general,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind
Good
of get on her good
Thinking.
side.
Why are we getting on her good side?
Well, it seems like
Because Yensha needs something. from
I
her.
need something from her.
Oh. And she's
And,
your friend's auntie.
Yes. It's well, I tried with him. But if you can't help me get notes, I'm sure I'll figure something out.
Alright.
But
She's
also,
the one that you wanna she's the one you wanna ally yourself with, fine.
is there someone else that you think will help us figure out what's happening?
Well, there's the super duper rich guy, right? Shouldn't we go after the biggest guy?
You think?
If it has to do with Sylvie's gonna whisper, she's like, corrupt church. Maybe Morrigan's exasperation is not of the war efforts, but perhaps the direction of the architect. It is at least my assumption. So we could see where she stands on that too. But in any case, we could get closer because I want to sense if there's bad weirdness with.
And she's our closest in.
How,
In general.
how would you like to sense if there's bad?
I guess.
Or are you guys just kind of like walking close? Because it is just
yeah. Are people like greeting the High Architect?
yeah, you see like after his speech, some of the people kind of just break away again. Some
Okay.
say their hellos like very briefly, and then some like actively walk up and engage him and this woman that's standing next to him, and they seem to be like shaking their hands and like talking to them very animately.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I guess I just want to greet him and get, just
Get
say
his vibe,
hello.
a vibe
Yeah,
check.
I don't
Do you want to do a vibe check?
I want to get a vibe check. I didn't know it. You're sure I'm trying to sound not like a child.
You do seem like some of the youngest people there.
No, okay, well, I want a vibe check.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just
that's
gonna
fair.
go up and be like, vibe check. No.
Well, don't
No,
just
no.
say that. But
Let me see. Something going
Okay.
on.
Do you just like push your way up? There is
no,
like a crowd.
We'll wait. If there's a line, we'll be courteous enough.
we'll wait, but we'll also like
We're like moving
aggressively
forward.
push a little bit
Okay.
more towards
Yeah,
the.
Yeah.
There's no like definitive line.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like people moving in and out.
Yeah.
For sure.
I will go with Sylvie.
I'm trying to think. Let me think for a moment. Hold on, I'll get back to you.
Because we're trying to figure
Goto,
out.
what are you doing then?
We're trying
It's
to
very
figure out
crowded,
if,
yes.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with
With
me.
People are all
Machina.
paying attention
Yeah.
to
Okay.
the priest.
Yeah. For the most part. There are people who kind of like broke away and now they're back into their normal conversations.
Do we know
Can
why?
I
Or like, do we know
do
what?
some pickpocket?
No.
There's something that
Sure.
we can say.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
absolutely.
trying to think.
Give me a stealth check and a sleight of hand. Unless you're looking for something like in particular.
No, just fancies.
I
Shinies?
All right.
going to ask how one becomes part of the religion. Perhaps
Stealth
there's like a
is
mass.
it's a 13.
Not back to the
But
Okay.
the sleight of hand
Yeah, yes,
is
an
a
initiation.
24.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say that you see a gaggle of young 30 to 40-year-old women. They look like housewives. They're all talking with their white wines. And they're all laughing very loudly. And then you see like another group of like 2 gentlemen talking very closely, very intently about like artwork that you own, but you don't really own. And it's all in the arcane weave.
Oh my god.
And you just buy into it. The cube chain. And then, like, on the other side, you see, like, an older couple who are kind of just, like, bickering about, like, oh, well, I thought you shut off the gas. Like, I can't believe that I didn't do it. Like, oh, I swear that we talked about that was gonna be your job. Which one would you like to go for?
Oh. Go for the cube chain.
Do
I
it. They have the
know.
most money.
I was gonna say. I feel like it's
The Cube Bros?
Yeah,
The
gotta
Cube
be
Bros.
Cube Bros.
Do they all have like perfectly like groomed beards?
Yeah, they
and,
all,
like,
they both
They're
look
all
the
lined.
same.
Yeah.
They look the same.
They all
have
look
the
like from
same
Hunger Games,
haircut.
the like spiky.
Yeah.
Like,
Perfect.
Absolutely. Please give me a d6.
Ooh. How many suckers do you get?
3.
Okay. How do you... What would you like to do?
I'm going to ask like
How do you pickpocket
there's
this
like a new initiation
person
group.
who's just intimately talking to his bro?
we need,
About the
we
cube
need to
chain.
ask him about the state
Yeah.
of the Iridium Vault.
I think
Like, what's
what
happening?
I
Maybe like
will
we
do
have something that needs
is
to be
I will.
fixed.
I'm at like a hover that's like at eye level for most of this party, but I'm gonna just hover
Check up
real
on an
low
item.
Okay.
so that I'm
left
below
with.
eye level.
What
And
item
what,
would we
like,
have left?
I'm
I don't know.
gonna kind of
What's
observe
that?
them, like when they
And I
get
don't know what
closer
could-
and when they get more heated and when they, you know.
Ah.
And as
What would
soon as
people
they get
leave
a
there?
little
Does
bit more heated
Hong
and like
have
the arms
anything
go up
that he
because they're
left?
like,
Yes, they
No.
absolutely do.
No,
Yeah.
When he's
lie,
like, "What do you
oh, I'm coming to check up on
mean?"
this item that,
That-
I left and it never got blessed.
Hmm.
And
Electrum
why is there
isn't
delay?
a good isn't a
Do we want to get into
good
the vault then?
currency
If we
to
can.
get into.
Well,
No.
Yes,
Esty would have
and
been
while
able to not miss
one
it.
is
Yeah, but he says
arms
it's
up,
weird.
big reaction, I'm gonna go behind the other one and just
It's
like
hard to-
light as a feather
to
to
sniff
take
out
whatever while he's
corruption in
like
a
paying attention to what the other guys
not
do.
obvious
Okay.
way.
Tell
Alright.
me about it.
So you
I think.
get your hand into a pocket, and pluck it out as he's just like, Electrum, that is the next
Definitely
biggest
following
thing
people.
ever. I
Reading
can't
people's
believe
minds.
that you don't believe in it. Your
got
hand
you.
closes
Very
around
strange
something,
thing to ask.
If we got you close,
and
No, I don't.
as you're pulling it out, in your hand is what looks like a very small kind of looks like almost opera glasses, but it's golden and ornate.
Can see if there's a.
And has like
Spell
motifs
affecting
of like leaves and
you have the
filigree on
sounding
them.
stone from the ship.
And the lenses on
I
them
do.
kind of
You do.
every time they touch light, they get a little clearer.
I have one as well. What if I slip
Yeah.
one into his pocket just so we
Alright.
can listen to what he's talking
I'm
about?
gonna quickly pocket it.
Okay.
So that
That's
it
Okay.
doesn't
not a
look
bad
like I did
idea.
nothing.
All right, and they still talking. They don't seem to have noticed you.
And I'm just gonna hover away.
Okay. Very good.
Question, real
Very
quick.
Yes.
Ascending stone.
Did we have 2 standing stones?
We do.
Yeah.
Ascending stone. Does it require a touch to activate, or can it just be activated and kind of just go?
For the ones that you have, it has to be a conscious thing,
Never mind.
a conscious like communication effort.
Okay.
Okay. I think I'm gonna
It's not
ask
like
him,
a bug that you place.
I'm going to ask him about the next meetup maybe because there are people being forced to join without.
But I'll say
All
it
right.
does have.
I will support you.
Yes, I was gonna say
Like a
either that or
hum
you
of
can
magic
ask
to it.
about the
It looks
status of
super
something
It
shiny.
looks
you left the
sparkly.
quote unquote in the
Right.
vault.
I pocket
And
it and I.
why is
I
there a
fly
delay?
over it.
Jade is like,
Maybe.
the fuck?
All right.
What are you doing?
Okay.
What
Or
is
should
it?
I ask?
You steal from those
I
people?
think.
No.
I
No,
saw that.
I'll support whatever.
They are
I feel like we need
donating
to see if he seems
They're
strange,
donating to
saying that there's nothing
my
wrong with the vault.
charity.
I think people have to consciously donate to that.
No, they don't.
I don't have anything.
I think they have to agree to
No,
it.
it comes from
I think.
whatever they show up with is what they can donate.
Let me see.
They don't even know they.
I mean, yeah, things I can
Are
do.
you
I
gonna
mean,
tell
we-
them?
okay. We don't need to meet up with him right now. We can gather more information at the.
It gets like
It's
this
true,
weird
it's
look
true.
that
We can see
crosses
him
his
later,
face, and
we
he's
can
like,
kind of grab more information that we need. We can get more context.
That's right. Look at them.
That's
They
true,
look
that's
like they
true.
got more money than anyone else outside.
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
We could just meet up with him, see what's up,
Alright.
and just kind of get a
No, I
general,
don't
as you said,
wanna take
vibe
any-
check.
You got fast hands and you got those
Yeah.
nice gloves.
No.
You're
Grab some
so
of
right.
the
I should figure out
I
how to
wanna
read
steal
people's thoughts.
And then just
Stealing is such
and then
an
perhaps
ugly word.
we can just
It doesn't.
Stop.
Charity.
It doesn't sit right.
Yeah,
with
she looks
me.
through a book. She's like,
Well, then don't
I
do it.
could, not now.
Yeah, I'm not.
All right.
for parties, perhaps that's a good trick to have.
Why are you looking at me so hard anyway?
But yeah,
Go look over at the high.
perhaps, we don't have
It
to do
turns around and
everything
looks at
tonight.
it.
We have a lot of time.
We could
Yeah, you pay
come
attention.
back,
to
put a
him.
pin in it.
Mhm.
Use those keen
Okay.
eyes.
Well, yeah, just an active.
We're
pin,
looking.
and we'll go to the vigil, and then if nothing else, we can come back,
Alright.
or we could
Alright.
just go to the other party.
Yes.
Hey guys.
Yes. Hi.
Oh, well,
We're like whispering and we're like, hello.
Did you talk to him?
No,
No.
I think we're going to put an active pin in it because we need to figure out the best way to approach on how to get the information we're trying to get, which is
we have no reason to ask for anything, so we might as well go to the vigil and just kind of keep an eye on him, if anything.
Okay,
And we can always just come back another day. We
That's
don't have
true.
to do everything today.
that's true.
We could just go and say hi to him, shake his hand, and if he gives off any weird vibes, maybe that's...
check his vibe check later.
Yeah.
Quite one thing before we go and leave the area, can I would like to do just a kind of scan of the room and see if anyone wasn't super enthusiastic about the church. You know, like people that don't seem very religious, and just take note of them for like a later date if somehow later they seem very religious, if that makes sense. Like, are there any people who are like, I can't believe they donate so much money to a ridiculous thing like this religion and it's not really helping blah blah blah. I don't know. So are there anyone that seems like
Or one person just awkwardly standing in a corner, just sipping tea as everyone else.
yeah, everyone's like
staring.
gushing about the architect and they just seem awkward. You know, I just want to see if anyone in this room is not feeling it.
Okay. I will allow you to take a snapshot of the room visually.
All right.
So, please give me a perception check.
All right.
And this is what you just remember from the party.
Gotcha.
What a speed.
It's an 18.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. So, you remember that snapshot wise,
Yeah.
this is what you get, is most of the conversations that are coming towards, or the people that are coming towards the High Architect are not religion based. They are very much like, oh, thank you for supporting us. We're really glad. We hope to see a lot of these, like, refinements, decorations, all these other like material things. It's less about faith and more about like, yes, you can provide us with these
I see.
things, like physical things,
Okay.
like ore, weapons, houses, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Like physical. And people do seem enthusiastic, but not like worshiping.
Okay.
It's not
okay.
like I worship you upon the like. It's not like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of religion. It's more kind of like I provide you this like gesture, and you'll give me something physical in return.
Okay.
Very transactional.
Can I disguise self put a mark of the same glyph that we've been seeing out in the streets?
Sure.
And then I would like to go shake the hand of the high priest.
Okay. Do you drop?
No, it'll be exactly the same outfit plus this.
Okay, so you just like reapply.
Yeah.
Does just your forehead skin come off?
Yeah, it's like a little
One
little
big
sticker,
dandruff.
and like it reveals a new mark there.
Okay.
Man, I hate that.
Also,
I-
what's the duration of your?
I think it's
skill?
oh shit, I don't know actually. How long does disguise self last for?
An emperor's new
I
clothes
think
situation.
it's an hour.
Is
If
it?
you can cast it in.
It's at will.
innately,
It's at
I mean,
will.
then.
Yeah, it's an hour total. So new hour. At the end of the hour, I'll just and then I'll flick my forehead
Okay.
skin.
Okay.
Does it comedically land in someone's drink?
Yeah, absolutely. And it just
Gross.
bubbles.
Sorry, I'm just writing notes. All right. So, yes, you have one of the sigils on your forehead. You approach the line. You get to him
Mhm.
eventually.
And I will shake his hand, and I'll be like,
Okay, shakes yours.
High Priest, it is a great honor, and it is great to see that even with the it is great to see that everything is going so well, even with the Iridium Vault the way that it is. And I will give him a bow, and I'll touch his hand to my forehead and see how he reacts.
Okay, we're gonna have to like a healer grab you out.
Ooh. As when you say that, he kind of well, you can't see his face, but he kind of like you see his head tilt, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not sure what you're talking about."
Oh, with the inside of 14, do I see anything?
With an insight of 14, he's wearing a mask.
But like, does his body language shift at all uncomfortably?
Not that looks anything strange to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Could I have beforehanded when I did do the disguise? Could I change my features just a little bit so I present more human?
Sure. Yeah.
So that no longer a Jezan Yuan-Ti, but
Mhm.
Jezan human.
Like a human. Yeah.
And I will I'll be like, oh, apologies.
I'm not too sure what you're talking
Well, the lady, she speaks to me, and something seems wrong, and the Great Iridium Vault seems, well, as High Priest, I'm sure you know. My apologies. I just wanted to give you, I just wanted to honor you. And he's gonna again touch his hand to his forehead, and then he'll look at him for a second, nod, and then just kind of like see if I can get anything out of that.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Vibe check.
The vibe check, that's gonna be a 18, I think.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
18, yes.
He kind of like accepts all the motions, and then he puts a hand like on your head, like near your like just like a finger like on your forehead area, and then moves it to your shoulder, and he's just like, I understand that times are a little strange right now, but there is nothing to worry about, as I'm sure her will come through soon.
And does his voice sound resolute in what he's saying?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. With a 14?
Yes. Okay. Well then, I'll just I'll give a bow, and I will take my leave because all I wanted to do was a vibe check.
Okay. A vibe check. And he's like, yes, I understand there's a lot of tragedy here, and did you lose anyone, young man?
I did. And I will be there at the vigil.
Give me a deception check.
That's not a deception.
Oh, okay. Well,
For
then-
him, he means it in a kind of a
Okay.
Technically
Then
we lost
he
We lost
nods. He nods and he's just like, yes, I believe that gathering will help in the healing, but yes, it is hard times, and I believe in that, and we just have to believe that she will know the way.
As he did put his hand on me and everything,
Mhm.
could I do a investigation check to just see what he's wearing in terms of, is he wearing riches? Is he decked
Sure.
out in terms
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
like, is he getting paid off pretty well? Oh, fuck.
Is he big money?
Yeah, is he big money? That's an 8 though.
An 8.
But up close in person.
Yeah, I mean, you are very close to him. He is still touching you. He looks like he's not wearing anything more finer than you've seen on other people. Other than the fact, like, the only difference in his garb compared to what you've seen from the other, like, church people, is that his cloth is blue.
Right. Well, I'll take my leave then.
Okay.
Does his eyes trail and follow our young show? Is
He's
our
wearing a mask.
oh my god, you're right. Oh my god. Damn these masks. Does its head follow and trail?
Does it shift a little bit?
Give me a perception check.
Is our boy in danger? 22.
22. You do see like the mask kind of follow as Yunsho kind of walk away, but it does also go back immediately to the next person who's like coming up to shake his hand.
Okay, when the next person leaves, does it follow in the same way, or does he go to the next person immediately?
With a 22,
Yeah, following the patterns.
Is
Yeah, yeah.
our boy in danger?
he does not look back at Yunsho.
Okay.
All right. I'll come over to the group, or like I imagine we're a little bit like I'll move away from sightline a
What
little
did you
bit.
say?
I pretended to be an acolyte of Machina, and I told him that I'm, thankful that he's doing what he's doing, even with the Iridium Vault being sick. And I tried to get a reaction out of him, but it seems like
Stone cold.
yes, I did not get any weird vibes out of him.
All right. Well,
We tried here.
we tried here.
Maybe we shouldn't be going around talking about the bones.
Well, no, I don't think so. It was just it was a Hail Mary kind of thing.
Is he going to be at the vigil?
I told him that I'll see him there, but we'll see.
All right. Well then, we done here?
I think so.
It's too stuffy of a party. Let's head
I
out.
agree.
It's true.
Before that, though, and I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna dip my hand over on in the water as well.
The gold water,
Yeah,
the
the
gold
gold
fountain
water.
water.
You both
Okay.
are children.
I knew you'd come around.
Both are children.
I won't desecrate any of Jin's work. However, I would like to go towards like one of the just like a smaller piece, and I'll do like a little like mustache, a gold mustache on someone. You know?
A
I
gold
knew
mustache.
you'd come around.
Okay, you do.
It looked so fun.
And
Does
I
look pretty
will
good.
say, if you guys are leaving the party, after you do a little mustache, you do see Jin again. He's just animately talking with a bunch of people. One of them looks like is Morrigan Novaeborne. And he's just talking with her and adamantly like gesturing. He sees you guys leaving and kind of gives you like a wave and then a smile.
He'll give him a nod. And yeah, just continue walking.
Oh,
Okay.
don't want to catch up.
If anything, I'll see him at the next party for sure. He's probably more than willing to go to that other party.
He's your party friend, I see.
Yeah, so I'll see him there, and if I need to catch up, I will. And I'll tap the butler that carded us before
Yep.
on the back and just give him a big ol' like,
He gives you like
Big
a
ol' gold smack.
yeah.
all right.
This
A pleasant
poor
party, thank you
working
again.
man
Is
is
on
bullied by
him.
aristocrats.
I like to leave 2 big spots on it.
That was
Two big
awful.
spots.
You should make a butterfly.
Yeah. Pop, pop.
Does he still
Yeah.
not have any gloves?
He still doesn't have any gloves. It hasn't been replaced.
Oh.
And we'll end it there. As
All
you guys
right.
leave this party with what you will.
To the vigil.
With a
To
looming
the
sense
the
of
vigil.
danger.
Vigil.
No idea what to just.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. Leave us a comment about your favorite moment from today's session. And please share this video with your friends. Like and subscribe if you enjoy what you saw here today. And if you want more from us, we'll be releasing new episodes weekly. You can also keep up to date with VTubers and Villains and other Main One news on Twitter, Instagram, at Main One Official. Give us a follow. Link in the description below. And
Stay golden, baby.
get out of my head! Oh my god! Yes, so! Stay golden. Bye-bye!